Hi everybody, welcome back to 100% Mags. So this is your match preview going into the game against Wolves on Sunday 2 PM kickoff from St James's Park. And of course both teams are pretty inconsistent at the moment in the Premier League. Of course Wolves not looking at their best like they did in the 18-19 season, and of course that is down to the fact that they are playing in the Europa League this season after their very good form in their first season back up in the Premier League. Now, of course, on Thursday night they have to play against Slovan Bratislava in Slovakia. That's a 2,000-mile round trip for Wolves, so that's going to cause a little bit of problems for them going into that Sunday 2 PM kickoff, as of course we all know from the 12-13 season when Alan Pardew was the boss, and we were having problems with that same routine. But of course we aren't going to be having that problems for quite some time because we'll probably not be getting in the Europa League anytime soon, at least with Mike Ashley as the owner. Looking at the way we played against Chelsea, and we were played against Man United. I thought we put in a really good performance against Man United. We put in a really good performance against Chelsea. Unfortunately, we just lacked that little bit in the game against Chelsea. With Joelinton not really getting that edge up top. That's something that I think that we should change going into this game against Wolves, and of course with the next game against West Ham as well. Maybe put Andy Carroll in that top position. He's got that experience on his side. He can hold the ball up. He knows what to do in a pressured situation. As with Joelinton, he's only young. He's only 22 years old. He doesn't really have that experience yet in the Premier League. He hasn't really played football in our league. He's played very little of it with so far this season. He's already scored, of course, one goal this season, but we need more goals. We need some more experience in the side. We need to have that leader, that's somebody that we need to have in this season, because without that leader, we're pretty much just like every other team. We need to have that leading player like Jamal Lascelles was when we were having the troubles in the relegation zone, and he stepped up, and that is why he got to be the captain. But some reason, this season he's not really hitting that leader role like he should be. Not offense to the lad, but I just think he needs to step up his self a little bit, and he needs to take on that leader role a little bit more, like he was when he got the job. When he actually got given the captaincy at the club, and with that, then hopefully we'll be able to start picking up wins. But we do need the goals, and that's somewhere where we're lacking. I think as Joelinton really, like I say, doesn't really get that many goals. We're getting a couple of odd goals here and there from the midfield and the defence, but we need a lot more goals to be able to stay up in this league if we're going to be able to beat teams like Wolves, Brighton. We need to be beating teams like Watford as well. Now, looking at Wolves, these have already thumped us in pre-season in the Asian Trophy. They thumped with 4-0. So I don't want a repeat of that on Sunday. I want to see Newcastle coming away from this game with 3 points. It's a must-win game, in my opinion. We can't be doing with dropping points against Wolves, especially when they're in very bad form themselves. We can't be doing with dropping points against teams like this. We need to win these games. These are the must-win games. Other players, that I think should be playing, maybe Dwight Gale. But he hasn't really gotten that much game time forward. He never really got much under Rafa because he went out on loan at West Brom. Then under Steve Bruce, Steve Bruce has only been in a little while, about 9 games now, and he hasn't really gotten much game time. He got a little bit of time in the game against Chelsea, but he didn't really show anything of note, to put him up top on his own. If he was to go in the team, then I would like to see a little 4-4-2 formation being played. Maybe Andy Carroll with Dwight Gale playing off of him, the power and the speed. It's something that always seems to work in football really well, and I think it could be adapted pretty well against Wolves. Wolves have got some pretty good players in their side as well. João Moutinho, Rui Patricio, Raul Jimenez, Ruben Neves, some absolute sensational players, and that's all down to the fact that they've got a very good partnership going with the big man, the super agent, Cristiano Ronaldo's agent, Jorge Mendes. Without him, I don't think Wolves would be doing nearly as good. And if there's any Wolves fans watching, I hope you agree with us on that. Would you actually be doing as good as you're doing last season? If you didn't have that George Mendes link, because I think that's the main reason behind why Wolves got where they got. In the league last season, in the 18-19 season, is why they got into the Europa League positioning. But going into this game, I don't think it's going to be as tough a game and as unpredictable as a game was against Chelsea. I think it's going to be a pretty down to earth game, a pretty easy game, and I think Newcastle could come away with 3 points in this one. I'm going to go with the score prediction of Newcastle come away 2-1 winners. Until next time, remember, like, share, subscribe, comment your thoughts as well down in the comments below. Who would you like to see coming into the starting 11 against Wolves? If you're a Wolves fan as well, comment your thoughts down in the comments below, as I like to try and make it a neutral experience for both sets of fans that watch the videos. Until next time, I'll see you all later, and how are the lads?